Hello everybody, how are you guys doing today? Long time no see, right? I've been busy and I'm pretty sure you guys have been as well. Today's subject is just going to be short and sweet, okay? It's not a warning or anything that you have to abide by, but if you want to receive wisdom, you may want to. There is something, oh, that looks like a heart, don't it? Beautiful. Beautiful cloud. There is something that you guys may want to kind of watch out for, not only on the social scene, but you know, when it comes to business, personal, romantic, platonic, all of that. Okay? They have a secret scorecard that you don't even know about. Why can these people be dangerous? Because you want to have people in your life that are, like-minded, that appreciate the things you appreciate, that appreciate you for who you are and not trying to become you. That's strange. All right, I've had to cut off many of people because they lack their own identity, and they'll start copying things and doing things that you would think imitation is the highest form of flattery, but it's not. So I want you guys to watch some of these videos. You don't have to hear it from me. You know, I'm on soapbox. I'm not perfect or anything, but it's just something I've encountered quite a bit in my journey here. What we call life. Well, they'll become so jealous they'll copy what you eat, what you do, what you talk about. They'll try to sleep with who you slept with. They'll try to insinuate themselves according to, in your family, infiltrate your circles. I mean, I've had it happen. And sometimes it could be your own family members that do that, right? So it can look innocent on the surface, but after a while, a lot of that copycatting turns into severe envy and jealousy, which can then turn into them wanting to do like single white female, which could then turn into them having like a destiny swapping situation where I want your destiny. I want to look like you. So you have to be careful with stuff like that. Because to me, just let's take the spiritual side out of it. Because you guys know I like psychology and spirituality. There could be a mental illness there that only thing you could do is wish them, on their journey and get them away from you. Do you have any type of levels of creativity or gifts, or whether you have a nice family where you might be, have yourself a little man, or you have some kids, or you have several kids, or one kid, you have no kids, whatever lifestyle you have, you might be a yogi, you might like to do yoga, you might like to do Pilates, you might like to be working out, anything that you like to do that they consider a lifestyle that they find lacking within themselves. You might be very funny or witty or, charming as a man or dapper, right? Anything that you have that they consider themselves not having, it's okay to be inspired, where when you're inspired, you see what someone else is doing that you would like to do or used to do, and it sparks you to do it yourself in your own way, according to God's plan for your life. When it's emulation, right? That's inspiration. When it's emulation, it's I want to do what you're doing, but better than you. So whether it's your motherhood, fatherhood, womanhood, manhood, whether you have pets or not, I mean, it could be anything. It could be your choice of career. It could be anything. It could be facial expressions. Anything that they feel that will bring you a sense of peace, contentment, happiness, and how God has made you what He has for you. They'll begin to magnetize your flaws. They'll get close to you to magnetize your flaws and to bring shame, rejection, guilt, and betrayal on you. And then they'll begin to want to think they're receiving the blessings. But faith without works is dead. So what do I mean by that? If you're doing what God has for you, God is going to give you your blessings that you need, as long as you're walking according to what He wants you to do. Okay, always remember that, okay? Because it's getting strange out here. And without saying too much, spoken from a person that's had several people do this to me. I'm not the only one. You guys have had it as well. Even as kids, That's my candy. You got the favorite type of candy, right? I've had someone that, even from childhood to adulthood, it's been doing it. At my birthday party, she tried to blow my candles out. As a child, I didn't know, Like, girl, this is my birthday. But now as a 40-some-year-old female, the female's still doing it. It's very odd. And I've had family members do this as well. Now, with family members, it's a little bit different. They will ingratiate themselves to you. I'm your cuz, I'm your aunt, I'm your grandma, I'm your uncle, And of course, we want to belong, especially in our own families, right? So they will ingratiate themselves to you by always complimenting you a lot. You're so smart, you're so great. Wow, that's such a great idea. I see how you did that. And then slowly but surely, behind your back, they'll start magnetizing your flaws, insinuating things, over-exaggerated things, infiltrate your circles. Now your friends is they friends. Now your friends looking at you weird and you don't know why. Now the men that may have liked at the job, they starting to be with them, and you like, what's going on? But the whole time, I'm helping you. I'm there. Family comes, friends could do that too, but family's more so. That's their tactic. So, and then business-wise, come on, let's have lunch. Let's do lunch. And they want to figure out what your daily routine is. How are you so productive? Where you get so much energy from, right? That's just the physical aspect. They could physically do things to sabotage, discourage, bring shame, make you feel rejected, anything, And some of them they don't have no morals. They will go to low lows, you understand? Whether they're sleeping with your baby daddy, they'll sleep with your boss, you understand? If not, they'll pay them. If not, they giving them something to make them feel good about themselves. They'll gas them up. What you around them for? You be around. That's where now we coming into gossip and slander. See, now I'm building a crescendo. It's like a crescendo of haters. I wrote a poem about that when I was about 20, 21. In music, a crescendo is like it kind of builds up. It's like it's building up in them. Now they actually are actively doing things to discourage, to shame, to bring rejection and betrayal. And they want that to be your full lifestyle, all because they felt dissatisfied with themselves. Imagine that. Imagine being so dissatisfied and miserable with yourself in your life. Instead of getting up and humbling yourself to say, God, or whatever you believe in, what do you have for my life? They choose to think, I'm going to destroy yours and I'm going to take it. I'm going to be just as happy and wonderful. And you're going to have to watch and you're going to be upset in the dungeon crying forever. Sounds like a cartoon, don't it? Sounds almost like a movie, don't it? That's what they think life is. They think life is a game. And remember, I told you, they have an invisible scorecard that you don't know about. You don't know what they're competing with. You'll find out when you see what they're copying. They'll try to copy what they think your wifehood is or how they think you'll be as a wife. They'll start trying to copy how they think your hair is, your likes, your foods, your diets, your fastings, your, restrictions, your habits. They'll copy your hobbies. They'll start copying your facial expressions and trying to be funny and smile when they talk and coy. They'll copy anything. Because they feel that if you're content with that, I deserve that contentment, not you, right? It's very, very selfish. So these type of people, keep these people out of your life, okay? Even if you got to walk alone, it's best to walk alone than to be in bad company. Because remember, bad company corrupts good manners. Now these people are ill-mannered. Now they see this crescendo's building. Now they're rude towards you. What you want, right? Now they masked and followed up. They don't have to be nice to you anymore because I've successfully, slandered you. I've gossiped you. I've infiltrated your circles. Like, what do you mean? They hate you. They love me. I am you. You are me. So how they feel on the inside about themselves, they want that to be your life. They want to externalize it to you instead of going to externalize it to a therapist to get some help and possibly some medicine and maybe exorcism. Now, remember I told you I've had family members do this, okay? You don't even know what they be mad about. It's because they're angry with themselves and they would never admit that to you nor themselves. You will always be the problem while they take off and try to do things that they feel that bring you contentment. The fight is over contentment. They want to feel content. They want to feel confident. And they think if I beat you down and make them look at you like you ain't shit, that means I am the shit. That type of thinking, you see somebody think like that, you better run fast and far. You understand what I'm saying? Because they only going to get worse. Especially when they group up with other people who feel like that on the inside, who have this brokenness they don't want to deal with. And they'll even use your brokenness against your flaws and your brokenness against you. Like obviously your whole way that you operate is completely broken. It's not a productive or functional way of thinking. Completely dysfunctional. When they hook up with other people who think like that, they begin to do what they call as mischief. They begin to be mischievous. It says their feet run swiftly to mischief. What's going on? What? You about to do what? You said what the heck? That's how fast it can go. Now they've made a whole lifestyle of being a hater. Now they don't know who they are no more. The only thing they have left in memories is I've just been hating you for so long and want to be you. And why are you? And Marsha. Anything you do that you smile and you laugh about, they want to wipe the smile off your face. Now you move on. Now they want to see who you moved on with. Didn't you just sleep with the last person? What are you trying to see what I'm doing over here? Now you done changed up, You have bad habits. You're trying to get rid of them. Now they want to try to send people in and entice you with those same habits, or they want to try to act like they're doing those habits now. It never satisfied. I've had people that have successfully stolen a lot of things from me and still are not satisfied. So if you really swap destinies, if you really took something from the person, why are you not satisfied? Didn't you get what you came for? Now when you begin to rebuild, be careful, because they'll try to come back and code switch. Hey, I see you. If they didn't suffer with you, they don't get a chance to reign with you. If they sat back and watch people try to take and do things from you, and they help people do those people do not deserve no parts of your time or your energy. Pull your energy all the way the fuck back and be at peace. Be silent. Move in silence. Okay? Remember I said that. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
In a certain way. They essentially connect with that person, absorb that energy, take that energy, and then will give their energy over to the person who is the host. So one example might be if you're really good at drawing. Okay, and when you draw, you're really connected to what you're drawing. You feel a certain kind of energy when you're drawing. Maybe you feel peace, maybe you feel serenity. You have a natural knack for it. Your brain sees it a certain way, you connect to it a certain way, and it's easy and it's effortless for you to do so. What would happen is a few things depending on if you're dealing with psychic vampire, energy vampire, someone that practices dark occult. Essentially what they want to do is interrupt the connection that you feel with what you're doing. So basically what a destiny swap is, it's when someone is trying to trade your energy for theirs, their energy for yours, things that are associated with your energy. It could be confidence, opportunities, good fortune. Could be, for example, you have a lot of ambition, you're getting a lot of things done. They maybe are a degenerate, they're not getting anything done, and they want to swap. They want to swap energies. There are so many ways to combat this, but the first thing we have to understand is quantum entanglement. It only can occur through quantum entanglement. So the first thing you have to identify is, how did it get there? How did it occur? How did you meet that person? A destiny swap, it's basically something that energy vampires do, psychic vampires, ethereal vampires, and also black magicians, dark occultists, etc. They may practice this where they identify people that have certain talents, certain gifts, certain attributes, certain things that they want, and they basically latch on to that person in order to be able to siphon that energy. One of the primary ways that they try to do this is through some sort of a sexual bond. They understand very well that you can transfer energy during sex. They also try to get you to use projection, meaning fantasy and emotionalizing what it'll be like to have a future with them or a friendship with them or whatever. And they use that to try to tie you down. So you're constantly allowing yourself to be siphoned and keeping them within your proximity. Ways to stop this is, if you find you're in a relationship where you have to give and give and give in hopes of being able to receive something back, where you feel like you have to pay to play, or you feel like you need to sacrifice in order to receive something more, or a relationship where there's not open dialogue, clear communication, you know that you can reach out to them anytime, you can talk to them about anything, you can be yourself, you don't have to worry about them, just suddenly leaving, you're not on the edge of your seat. These are all signs of a healthy relationship, right? But if you're in a relationship where it's the other way around, where you feel like you constantly have to chase them or keep following up in order to keep a connection going, or you feel like they're playing games with you, like they'll say just a little bit of something or tell you something nice, but it's just to get you to try to keep the conversation going, or if they are insinuating that you guys are going to have some type of a future together, it could be like a future family, it could be a future friendship, it could be a future business partnership, whatever, but you feel like all the weight is falling on your shoulders in terms of you're the one that has to keep it going, you're the one that has to keep it pushing or else it's going to fall through. These are signs of an energetic vampire, psychic vampire, social manipulator, etc. You have people that are unassuming, unaware, may not know what's happened. And where it comes from is it comes from quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement. We're actually made up of electrons. We're made
this like on some Fatal Attraction, Single White Female. If you saw that movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If a person is copying your everything, it's almost like they want to be you. Like, if you could go in my skin and live my life, you will want to do that. And the thing is, people only see the upsides of what you have going on in your life. And when a person has a copycat spirit on them, they will literally copy and paste what you do with no shame at all. You get a particular hairstyle, and now that person is going going to go get the same hairstyle after. Or if you decide you're gonna do this particular activity, or you want to try this out, and now all of a sudden the person has the same desires, they'll always want to be around you so that they could try to figure out, how do you do what you do, or how are you always successful in the things that you do, or do you have any failure? You have to really be careful with stuff like that. And I feel like with women, where we play ourselves is the fact that we have this idea of like, I want my bestie, or you want to do things with the girls, but sometimes you gotta watch out for the girls because they have this very like competitive nature. And when it comes to insecure women, those are the ones that you need to be the most mindful of. I have had so many experiences where when it's an insecure woman, if there are things about you that she likes that she feels like she's lacking, she is constantly going to compare or feel the need to be in this secret competition with you to almost validate themselves out of their own insecurity. Like, I'm not beneath you, like I'm actually better than you, when whole time they're the ones feeling that way. You're not even operating from that state. I'm not even thinking about you, but it's the fact that their insecurity takes over them so much, and it's almost like they look at you like you're perfect and you don't have no flaws. And the weird part is, when they get to that point, they will try to find flaws within you so that they feel better about themselves. And this is not just women. I've also experienced this with men. You have to be careful with people like that because they will find ways to sabotage you or try to make you look bad or just try to play you out your spot. And you could never do that. Once I realized that you have